Hi, my name is Dr. Ruben Chen. I am here. I'm the Vice President of Business Development here at Sunrider International, and I am here to interview Dr. Taefu Chen, who is the founder of Sunrider International, to understand a little bit about his upbringing and how he was able to start Sunrider literally from the basement of his home. So it's a pretty great story, so we're excited to get it going. So let's go back to the basics. So Dr. Chen, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Taiwan. And actually, Chen is a very popular name in Taiwan.
It's a pretty popular name for most Chinese people.
Yeah, a lot of people named Chen.
Yep. Yeah. So what was unique about the time that you grew up in Taiwan?
Oh, I was born in 1948.
Yep.
And all I can remember is hungry.
Hungry.
I'm sorry. And I got sick.
Yeah.
And I understand most people at this moment, they don't think food is not a problem.
Yeah.
But can you imagine after the Second World War?
Yeah.
We basically left nothing.
Yeah.
To eat, and it's just hungry all the time, and
so super impoverished. I remember my dad would talk about stories of catching crickets for protein.
Yeah. That's very good,
Pound for pound, very high protein content.
Yes, absolutely right.
Well, so you were very poor, and was that the main trial that you faced growing up in Taiwan?
And also because the lack of a lot of material, not just only the food, but medicines and all kinds, and it's just not easy to survive. But for example, and also the mentality, the thinking. For example, when I was young, even now I have ADD problem. But a lot of my family, older people, older generation, my grandpa and up, and they say, oh, this kid's, is captured by the evil spirit. And because, I like to move.
Yeah.
So they think I was captured by the monkey evil spirit, those why, and it's kind of interesting, but anyway.
So poor. And also people thought you had not a good attitude. You couldn't sit still, not good in school,
Yeah,
right?
you're right.
You had a hard time with school. So basically not what you would think of as somebody other people would think of as a successful person and when they grow up, right?
Well, definitely not.
Yeah. So when did you think, when did it come into your mind to think about coming to the United States?
Actually, since I told you, when we were young, I was very into property, and don't have much food, medication, and even, what I had to fight with the thinking.
Yeah.
And the mentality at the time, I think it's the generation gap, because like when I was a student in a school, I cannot even raise a question.
You can ask questions.
Yeah, and that's my problem. I don't know. I didn't know it, so I just always ask questions.
Oh, yes.
And of course, I got beat up, And at the time, the philosophy is the teacher can beat up the kids, because the teacher loves the kids, want the kids to grow up strong, and learn better.
Okay. Wow. So you're just I guess maybe very inquisitive. You're always thinking, always wondering.
Yeah, I was wondering, what's going on, and but this kind of thinking was quite dangerous at the time.
Oh.
Because we were under the it is under the Chiang Kai-shek's control, kind of.
So it was at the time. It was like military government, right?
Yes, and so I always think, when I grew up, I want to go somewhere. I can think whatever I want to think, and I can talk whatever I want to talk, and they don't think, I'm kind of strange.
There are a lot of strange people here for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you decided then, so you had it in your mind, you wanted to travel to and then you decided to come to the United States.
Yes.
Was it in college?
After I graduated from the college,
Okay.
and but before the college when I was in the college, I make up the mind already.
Already to leave. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you came to the United States, how did you come to the United States? What was that process like at that time?
Well, I was graduate in 1972, and then I served 2 years.
Oh.
Because they find out they have hard time too. They hope they can go to some place and start it brand new. So they choose to Brazil.
Okay.
But 1976, when I graduated, and just no, I'm not graduate. Before I get out from the military service, the ROTC service, the tie between Taiwan and Brazil was terminated.
Oh.
So there's no relation. So I have a little bit hard time to get a visa. Matter of fact, it's impossible to get a visa. But, I don't know, should I say this, but if you think it's not proper, you can just cut it off.
No.
We, not just only me worry about going over to Brazil, but also my parents was quite worried. They want to see me.
Yeah.
And I want to see them too. And that just one evening when we got so worried, and my parents, my pop and my mom, both hear the voice calling my father's name. And they wake up 3 times and then went back to sleep. And they both got a dream. And the dream say, bring Tei-Fu to Paraguay. And I said, I'll bring him in. And so my parents feel kind of strange, but both of my mom and my father both had the same dreams.
Huh.
And so they decided, okay, since at the time, only the Paraguay has a relation with Taiwan. So I flew from Taiwan via Los Angeles to Paraguay.
Wow.
It was more than 24 hours.
Yeah, that's a really long flight.
That's a really long flight. And, but it was exciting because that was my first time, go out of the country. So when I arrived in Paraguay, and yes, I from Paraguay went into Brazil. This is, I have to say, is another miracle. Because still no visa. And what can we do? So there's a big river, and this is Paraguay side, and this is Brazil side. You have to cross the bridge and walk over to the other side. And first you have to walk through the Paraguay immigration, and they have to get into
the Brazil right.
Immigration office. And it was quite interesting, because I talked to my parents, say, if your dream, the story you tell me is true, what's true, and then, I think God would take me over. So I kneel down and pray, and I just walk through. And it's miraculously, nobody pay any attention to me, or I become almost like invisible. I walk through the immigration office, both Paraguay side and Brazilian side. Nobody even raised an eyebrow to look at me or whatever. And I just walk through, like all the way through. This is quite a miracle.
Wow. So when you were in Brazil, when did you decide to leave Brazil to go to the United States then? So
after 3 months, and actually, Oiling, my wife, helped me to apply the administration to BYU.
Oh. So you have a job too?
Yeah. Okay. So they sent me the invitation of the 994. As a student visa, so I applied a student visa in Paraguay, and I came to the United States. Okay.
That's a journey.
Yeah, that's a journey. I walk into Brazil and comes out Brazil, the same thing, and then I flew over to the United States. Okay. And matter of fact, the airplane should stop in Brazil also. From Paraguay, stop in Brazil, and come here. Over there. Okay. That's very interesting.
It's a long flight. Yeah. So when you came to the United States, when you were working for some time, but when did it come into your mind to actually start your own business?
I used to work for, as an R&D director, with some other company. And then, but my concept is quite different.
So as a background, for those who don't know, is you went to school for
pharmacy.
For pharmacy. And also your grandfather also taught you the essentials of
herbology.
Yes.
That is quite interesting. One thing is because we don't have much medicine, and it's very expensive to see a doctor. So my grandpa even has to go out to gather the herbs and squeeze it out when I was infant to feed me, so hopefully I can live. And so that's how I get interested into the herbs. And actually, in the beginning, I really don't like herbs. It tastes so bad.
It didn't get any better.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And so I decided, well, I'd like to study a little bit more to protect myself.
Yeah.
And so a lot of time people did not realize I study herb because to me it's a life and death. It's not really,
Right.
say, my interest in,
Yeah.
And so I study pharmacy, but my focus also is a lot in herbs. We call it crude drugs at the time.
Yeah.
And so that's how I study.
Uh-huh.
And actually, that's why my most thinking is how can I take this 5,000 years of human experiment,
Yeah.
turn it into modernize, and make it so people can understand.
Yeah.
Because when I went through those document books, the written is very hard to understand.
Yes.
And the philosophy is also very hard to understand. And so my mind is always, how can I make this so anybody can understand and easily to understand? And that's why, I always started compare the thinking of the philosophy and how to simplify the very complicated Chinese herbology philosophy and make it will be anybody understand and can be modernized. Instead of just take a whole bunch of herbs, cook in a pot and put 4 cups of water and boil it until one cup down, boil it down to 1 cup.
Yeah.
I don't think many people would do that.
No. Not convenient.
It's not convenient, and it smells so bad.
It's horrible.
Yeah, and tastes so bad.
Our home smelled like this forever, so it was the worst. We're so glad actually we created our own manufacturing plant, so our house didn't have to smell like this.
Yeah, that's right. But now technology is much better. Even in our manufacturing, we don't smell, any kinds of,
Some parts still smell pretty bad.
Especially the extraction.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. Oh my gosh. So you had these concepts, and I like the idea that you wanted to take these complex concepts and simplify them for the everyday person. So basically, to make it more consumable, not just obviously the products that we have consumable, but the concept has to be consumable.
Yeah, the concept has to be consumable, and also it's very interesting because a lot of herbal company at the time because I work for other company and also I study a lot of other herb company. I read a lot of herbology books in the U.S. And I find out they treat the herbs just like the medicine. They always say, this herbs will cure this disease, this herbs will cure that disease. And I think herbs is not just like that, not like this. It has a little bit deeper and more reason in it. So that's why I decided why not just do it myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for people who don't understand, to Chinese people, a lot of the Chinese
Sunrider is very simple. Only 2 things. One thing, the Sunrider, we want to produce simply the best products that I can think about to help people. Because I believe if you listen to the prayer, if a year to listen to all the people went through to the chapel, temple, to whatever, whoever, usually they pray for 3 things: health, wealth, and love.
Yeah.
And since Sunrider, we are not in the profession, love profession.
We don't do the love one.
we don't do the we don't know how to do the matchmaking.
That's not our specialty.
Yeah. So I decided, let's focus on health and wealth. Health, I want to bring all my life experience and make it simple, updated, so it can be popular to the people and to show the people herbology is not just only a hearsay. It has very, very scientifically studied inside. Yeah. And we just need to make it so it will be understandable for everybody instead of just,
like a niche.
Yeah, the word is so difficult to understand. But yes, it is hard. It's not easy. Even the herbs, one herbs has so many different names.
I know.
And just a little bit different, one word's different, it makes so much different. And so what I'm trying to say is, but to the people, we can take care of the tough part, the difficult part, the complicated part. But in front of the public, we had to make it so simple so everybody can accept. And we try to get away from like people, a lot of time they use herbs to try to treat disease.
Right.
As you know, your mom is also a medical doctor, and you are a medical doctor. We don't, that to treat disease is your job. And Sunrider is not in that business. What we try to do is try to nourish people. We are food.
Yeah.
We are extracted and concentrated food to nourish every part of the body. And once our body are properly nourished, we will not feel hungry. Because the symptom is just like your body to tell you, hey, you're hungry, certain part of your body. And what we need to just find out which nutrition good for which part of the body, and we just nourish the body instead of just try to cure the disease.
Yeah.
But actually, at the end, our body is the one heal ourselves. It's not the, not the medicine. And so we should need to nourish the body. That's one thing. Because I want to use my specialty in my life and whatever I know the best to make the best herbs formula. And because I want people has more. So they don't need to drink so much, or whatever. And so we extract it, we concentrate it. But the real key, another key is just as important as the health, is the wealth. Tell the truth. I went through the self-sufficient. You can be financially free.
It's powerful.
And health free. That's my two goals in my life. Yeah.
Now, do you have other goals in line now for the future in Sunrider?
Well, now my goal is to watch the organization pass to you guys. Okay. That's one my goal. I always encourage you to become a doctor because I know how important. If you want to be in Sunrider, that is very important. You have to be knowledgeable. And another thing, is just hopefully that we can expand ourselves like everybody else. And also, but key is so we can help more people. But we want to help people legitimately. I don't want to put out something just to make money. That's why you understand there's so many hot product or item on the market, but we don't produce it. Because we know what's going on. Yeah. There are people, often try to find a cure-all something. Right. One thing cure everything. Right. And usually one thing cure everything, maybe you cure everything too. So I think it's very important that the product has to have quality and effectiveness, and safety is very important. I saw it kind of. People say, "Oh, this food is foods from a space." Well, it's fine, and this food is made up from stem cell. Oh well, it's a live stem cell in it. This crazy, claim, and no, we don't want to do that, And I saw some people, they say it's a cream and you can rub, apply on your eye bag, and the eye bag will disappear within, just seconds. Right. People don't understand what is that stuff, what is made up of that stuff. Right. But I know that's super glue. Yeah. So they say, don't put any cream underneath it. So they can glue it and all the way to wipe it down, just glue it into your eyes, And also it's very alkaline because super glue are very alkaline, pH like 12 to 13. I know. It's incredible. You put it on your eyelids. If you do that, within a week, you're very damaging to the skin. Very damaging to the skin. So, that's one thing makes Sunriders, also different because, that's why, the owner's expertise is important. And the other company, I don't blame them because it's not, because the owner don't know. And when people say, oh, this is so good, and they do it, oh, it's good, so they sell it. Yeah. But we are not that kind of company. So that's why, we want to make sure the Sunrider tradition continue. Legitimate products. And we make it ourselves. So we can tell the people we know what we're doing. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for
for coming and sharing the story. There are cool things in there. Hopefully, everybody learned something. And one of the things I think that is important about the origin of Sunrider is to see that the origin of Sunrider is something that you're passionate about. Obviously, it's clear, right?
Yes.
You're passionate about Sunrider, not just the products, but the business model as well, the desire to help other people in a very, very specific way. And I think that's a very key thing, and it obviously permeates throughout the Sunrider culture.
Yeah. Actually, I just want to add is one thing is it doesn't matter what business you're in.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. All you need to have is you have a desire to achieve it. People who are rich, you don't need to be very smart. You don't need, super intelligent, brain like Einstein to know how to make money.
Yep.
I don't think so.
No.
And second is, actually, people always say you have to catch the idea. Catch the idea. The key is not catch the idea. The key is how to catch it. And so it is important that you know how to catch the idea and how to know how to catch it. First, study in a school. It is important. Okay. Second, you have to learn how to forget it.
Forget what you learned in school?
You learn in school, you have to learn how to forget it. I'm talking about business, not your field of doctor. All right, no, you have to really understand.
I got to remember how to be a doctor.
Just, the business. The reason is this. Like when you write your name, do you think how to write it?
No.
You don't. You should write it.
Yeah.
And if you can make everything like that, that means you already establish a habit. And I believe it's not you're born in a rich family or poor family. The really such an important key to success is you have to have a desire. And once you have the desire, and you have to develop a good habit. Because the good habit is the habit that will affect your destiny. It's not your father is rich or not. It's your personal desire and what kind of habit you create for yourself that will determine how success you want to be. And it's very important. And actually, there's no set formula for people to become success. And but always remember this: no matter what you do, you will always face challenge. Even you do nothing, it's so bored to death. It's another challenge too.
Yeah.
And so, my ask will make your time into use.
Yeah.
Just have the desire, strong desire. When you want something bad enough, you make it.
Yeah. Don't fall backwards, fall forward, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for Dr. Chen's time, and thank you for everybody who's listening here. I hope that learns definitely some profound things. All right. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
All right. Hi, my name is Dr. Ruben Chen, and we have a very special opportunity to talk with my mother, also Dr. Chen. So a lot of you may not know, but I'm a medical doctor, and so is my mother. And she had gone to medical school in the Kaohsiung Medical University in Taiwan. And that is where she met my dad in Taiwan. So we're going to talk a little bit, and this is going to make her a little nervous, I know. We're going to talk about a little bit of their personal past so they can learn a little bit more about our founders of Sunrider and hear how Sunrider was founded and maybe a little bit about Mrs. Chen and some of her thoughts. She, again, was also noted to be one of the top entrepreneurs and women in network marketing. So her mind, she has a lot of information. So, hi, Mom. All right, so let's get down to it. So, how did you meet Dad in Taiwan? How did you meet him?
I met him in medical school, in activity like the dance club and also judo.
Judo.
Club.
Okay. Now, what made you attracted to him? What was sort of interesting about him?
Number one, he's good looking.
Okay, that helps.
Number two, most medical students, they only study, but they attend other activities, and so it's a little bit more outgoing than just studying.
Just studying, yeah. My dad is definitely a outside of the box type of person. So afterwards, you met him. Obviously, you got married, and so why did you always want to come to the United States?
My husband likes to come to the United States more than I do. He has a dream to go to America because he has freedom, and also it's a big country for him to develop. So I more or less follow.
So you do not have this dream to come to the United States too?
I don't have a big dream like him. Like I was born in Hong Kong, graduated in the high school. I go to Taiwan. I didn't come to America because, to me, as long as you go to university, well, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So, and my mom was always top of her class, and so, and that was one of the things that I know is that in Taiwan, she helped my dad with tutoring and helped him to try and graduate from his classes in Taiwan. So, when you moved to the United States, I know it wasn't very long, but how did you get started? How did Sunrider get started?
I didn't start Sunrider. My husband did. Mm-hmm. He started business because he liked to do business, and especially he worked for a company. It's a direct selling company. He thinks he can do the same thing because he can develop the products and also can talk to people. And then what I do is, because he is alone, he managed the company. So I just help him, that's all.
Well, she did more than just help. So, so one of the things, and she's not mentioning this, but you were practicing as a medical doctor.
Yes.
And then you stopped to help my dad.
Yes. Because at that time, we moved to California. Mm-hmm. When we started in Utah, we moved to California, and he needs to, some help. So I stopped my medical practice, and then just work part-time taking care of the company, part-time taking care of my 5 children. 5 kids. Okay. So she is the super mom, and this is what we've always felt. So when you started Sunrider, what were some of the challenges that you encountered? The challenge is big, especially for the Taiwanese immigrant come to America. Number one, language. You have to speak English. Yeah. But my husband really good. When he gives a speech, he teaches the people how to listen to his Chinese English. And so he's a very good speaker. And I am more or less just a cleanup, a housekeeper, and then general keeper, office keeper, and doing everything. Okay, so beyond just the challenges of the business by itself, you also had some health challenges as well, right? You had cancer when you were age 39. And what were some of the things, how did you stay positive during difficult times? Because, so you don't, if you don't know, my mom had throat cancer, stage 4. And which is quite severe and very high likelihood of death at that time. I mean, not even at that time today. It's very, very dangerous. And so how did you stay positive during that time? I have my first question. Why me? Why do I have this kind of challenge, 4th stage carcinoma, cancer? And I listened to my doctor said, he's like, Mrs. Chen, if you have the surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy, you have 10% chance to be recovered. If you don't do it, your chance is 0. So I have to do all of them. Yeah. And next is, I have Sunrider products in the same time. A lot of people, when they have chemo radiation, they have a lot of side effects and make them cannot take care of their burden. But Sunrider product did help me. And then, when you have the chemo radiation, your red cell is very low. Easy to get infected. A lot of people, their problem because of complication, pneumonia. And then I eat Sunrider products, and I just have my belief say, if I want to, win, I will. And God blessed me with the medication, the Sunrider product. I survived. It's a miracle. Yeah. So, so what what do you think then makes Sunrider products different than other products?
Sunrider products are totally different because number one, only expertise. I found out a lot other companies' product, they buy it, it's already in powder form and fill it as capsule.
Yeah.
But as Sunrider, we choose the right part of the herb. We were just talking about ginseng, have so many different kinds and then all different parts. And then, if you are the expert, you can choose the right kind of herb. And then we ground it in the powder, we concentrate it, and fill it in capsule, or fill it in envelope, or in liquid form. So Sunrider product, if you visit our state-of-the-art manufacturing plant, you will see it's really high quality. And then we got CMP standard.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very important. I am a medical doctor, you are a medical doctor. If we know that it's not good, why we give it to patients? And then, so all the products we have, we consume it first.
Yeah.
And then we like it, we think it's good, and then we let our business leader try it first, and then to go to other people.
Yeah.
That's what we are doing. I am proud of the product. That's why my children, when they were young, they started using the product because if my family uses it, I think everybody can use it. This is the best.
Yeah, well, that's something unique you don't see in a lot of companies is that we take our own products, which is also gives us an added motivation to make sure that the products are amazing and highest quality because we take it. I have 5 kids and my kids all take it as well. And my brothers and sisters and their children also take the Sunrider products. So that's important. So one of the areas that I also love, one of the areas that I really think we have an amazing products is our skincare line. Can you talk a little bit about how we created the skincare line?
My husband said, I am a man. I don't create the skincare. So I have get in, and then so first thing is I read the ingredient, make sure they are the best.
Yeah.
And then next is I try on every different thing. It's very interesting. When you are young, you use certain skincare. When you are getting older, you use certain. So now we use a lot more. And we have anti-wrinkle, anti-aging, everything we can. Because if you protect your skin well, and then it look healthy and young, and then beautify your skin, why not do it?
That's right.
It's not say making money, that opportunity. I think number one, product has to be good.
Yeah.
Number two, people can easily to make an income.
Yeah.
And then they can afford it. And some people just try on the product and then refer it to a few people. I can get my product free. Or I can make some money even I cannot go to work. And I only work part-time a couple hours per week. I can make $1,000. Why not?
Yeah.
And that's what I think. The opportunity is great. You want to make big or small, that's your own choice. But the product is good. The opportunity is good. The business plan is good. So Sunrider is simply the best.
Well, so this is actually an area that is fantastic because our unique opportunity where we have amazing products. These are the best products in the world and that you can purchase them from your home and you can sell them as well from your home. So you know that you are selling, you can feel confident that the products you're selling are really good. You're helping your friends. And at the same time, you're also able to start your own home business, which is, I think, especially today, something that's very valuable to a lot of people to be able to have a business at their home. And sometimes it's tough to go outside. I mean, we're all encountering different limitations because of the way society has changed, and to be able to have that kind of flexibility. And even if it's not your main income, if it's just like a side income, everybody loves to have a little bit of extra money, and they can make it home. That makes it even better. So what is your favorite Sunrider product?
Oh, that's a lot.
I know. So you don't know. We have like 400 products. So choosing one, maybe a couple, you can say a few.
A couple, especially right now, people need to be healthy. If you are healthy, and then you do exercise, and then you sleep well, you eat well, and then now your immunity will be high. So we don't have that big of the opportunity to get, sick easy. So because I have cancer before, so right now, every day I eat over 20. I don't tell you I eat meat schedule. I eat about 5 pounds per day, because I think that's very important to me.
So Alpha 20C, again, is in our...
5 grams.
So it's in our quinary line, which is for balancing the body. And we talked about one of the areas that is in those systems is immune health. And Alpha 20C is our main product to help with immune health, right?
Yeah. And then I eat protein breast because that was developed by Eric and Ruben. And then I want to have muscle too because I found out lately because we stay at home, you don't move, sometimes you don't have any energy. So I bought an exercise equipment, and then I need energy. So I eat protein first, and then I eat Centrum shake.
Centrum shake?
Yeah. Because sometimes you don't know, sitting at home all the time, and then you will eat too much.
Yeah.
So the Centrum shake can help me. And then, for 29, Cali.
Yeah.
I eat both because sometimes I like it hot, sometimes I like it cold. And then I drink the Evergreen.
Oh, Evergreen. If you haven't tried Evergreen, it's our a liquid chlorophyll, and it helps with oxygenation in the body. So
I feel like I'm more refreshed when you eat it.
More energy.
And then I eat the sunrise because when you do exercise, you have to.
Yeah.
And then the white fruit because it was designed for, concentrated vitamin C. And then, another thing is beautify your skin. So I eat that.
Yeah, Vitafruit is really interesting because it has high vitamin C, which is great for the body and immune function, but also some special herbs that actually help to nourish the skin, which makes you look younger. And who doesn't want that? So.
Yeah, and also I do the Sunny Fresh because I don't have a voice after the radiation and everything, so I need to drink the Sunny Fresh. It was, I seem like every product developed for me right now.
So, as you can see, my mom went on a list of about 6 or 7 products. Sunrider is amazing, and we have amazing products. We, as owners and founders of the company, take all of those products, and it gives us benefit. And obviously, we have a lot invested into it. Our whole family is invested into it. And one of the things that is really important for us is to be able to share those opportunities with other people. The opportunity of health and the opportunity of being able to have a business at home, which, again, I want to emphasize that is an amazing opportunity to be able to have a business at home. We know that a lot of people are struggling right now, and to be able to have a little extra income from your home, but also knowing that you're sharing excellent products that can help people, there's no better opportunity than that. So, anyways, thank you, Mrs. Chen, for coming in and sharing a little bit about Sunrider's history. And for those of you who are new to Sunrider and you have some interest, please talk with the Sunrider independent business owner that brought you to this broadcast today. Please ask them about some of the opportunities, including being a customer and trying some of these fantastic products. You can become a customer and just try them out, or you can become an independent business owner and take some of the products, be able to enjoy the products, but also be able to earn some extra money. So talk with the Sunrider independent business owner that brought you here today. Also, if you want more information, you can check us out on www.sunrider.com for more information about Sunrider, about the company, about our founding, obviously, a little bit about us and why we are doing this, and some of our efforts that we have done, especially philanthropic, to really help people be able to make a better life for themselves. So again, thanks, Mom, for coming in. And all right, thank you, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.